Hi, good morning, it's Woody, back with another video, talking about my experience and life, coping and living with cancer. Just in case you don't know me, I was diagnosed in September 2021 with stage 4 prostate cancer. I have tumours in my back, my hip, my lymph nodes. I've got cancer in some places. So yeah, I'm in I suppose, not a great state of health. However, I've managed to survive since that time. It's nearly a year and a half. I've gone back to work. I work full time. I get up at half 5 every morning, get in about 6, half 6. It's a long day, but I'm in a job that I love. I'm proud to do. I teach the NHS ambulance drivers how to drive, which is an amazing job. It keeps me going. And also I run this channel to try and send some help and inspiration maybe to people that are dealing with their own cancer, trying to think out the box with the way we go about thinking about this, because I think it's so easy to just give in and lay down. I'm just going to stop here, just talk here. Yeah, it's too easy to give in really, and just accept that you got cancer and then give in and just let the cancer beat you. I've always believed that I won't be beaten by it. Apparently it's incurable, but I'll have something to say about that. I'm doing my best. I've changed my lifestyle. I've changed my way of thinking about things, which is enormous. I don't get stressed, I don't get angry, I try not to get frustrated, and I try not to sweat the small stuff, so to speak. Lately, I've not been having a bad time of it really. Things have been going quite well. Very little pain. My anxiety levels are pretty much, you probably tell I'm not that anxious. And I've even come to the stage now where every month where I do my blood test, which is testing my blood for apparently the inevitable rise in the PSA, that's prostate specific antigen, and I'm sure in many different types of cancer there's always that test every month that kind of test to see whether the gun is being loaded and whether the cancer is getting stronger. I've come to the stage now where I've tried to avoid getting the result, so I've cut out that anxiety of waiting for that result every month by so every month I have an injection for hormone therapy. I have the blood test, like I say, and if my cancer has got stronger, then the blood test results will tell me that, and that has been some form of anxiety throughout this year and a half, and I'm sure that many people that are suffering from the same thing will agree. It's that monthly that check to see whether the executioner's sword is being lowered down on us, because that's sometimes how it feels. We feel like we're on this life sentence, and there's this delayed execution that's just waiting to happen. At some point, at some time, apparently the drugs won't work anymore, and my prostate level will rise. Okay, I've come to the sort of conclusion there's nothing I can do about that. There's no point stressing over it, and so I didn't bother asking for the result this month. So I've gone 2 weeks now since the blood test, and the result should come back, and it's kind of strange, but I don't feel the anxiety now. I feel I'm just ignoring it. Some could say I'm sticking my head in the sand. I spoke to the doctor about this, and they said, well, if anything has happened, they will contact you. So rather than perhaps just waiting and sitting and worrying about the inevitable and trying to alter things that are unchangeable, not in my control, I'm just getting on with life and trying to enjoy myself and make good of it while I can. So I'm out today. It's actually quite a special day today. It's May the 6th, and today our King Charles III, is being crowned. Now, I'm not a big royalist, but there's lots of stuff on the TV, and I thought I'd just get out and go for a walk. And typical to the British weather, it's playing its part. Obviously, it's raining, but it's warm. It's actually quite warm today, so it's not a bad experience really. Getting a bit damp, going for this walk. The other thing I'm going for the walk for is I'm in training now to walk. On the 3rd of June, I'm going to walk 18 miles along the Kent coastline with a bunch of people. We're going to raise awareness of prostate cancer. We're going to raise monies for prostate cancer. And I believe there's so many men, certainly in my country, that have no real knowledge of prostate cancer and the symptoms that come with it. So we want to be promoting that, and I've been doing that for the last year and a half, because my own particular case, I believe, could have been caught much earlier had I known about a PSA test. My doctor didn't offer it me, despite all the symptoms I obviously had. For some reason, that escaped me, and I can't be angry, frustrated about it now, because it's in the past, and I am never going to change it. I just don't want that to happen to other people. And I feel that by throwing myself into this sort of thing, I'm giving myself a good reason to keep going. I'm fighting a cause. I'm fighting my own illness. I believe the more positive stuff I can get in my life, the more good things I do, the more kindness I do, the more gratitude I have, because I am really, really grateful to be in here. I'm grateful just to stand here and do this video, because I really didn't think I'd be alive a year and a half ago, when I was told by my oncologist after the biopsy report come back, stage 4, aggressive, Gleason score of 9 out of 10. Things didn't look good, okay? I suppose I'm here to try and put people's mind at ease a little bit and try and lessen that burden. Trying to make people feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more less worried, less anxious, okay? There is life after a diagnosis of cancer. There is. If you want to, you can choose to give up and wait for it to take over, or you can find purposes and things to do. And that's what I do. I try and make the best of what I've got. And I am extremely fortunate. I'm lucky to be able to work in a job that I love. I'm lucky to be able to walk around. I get some pain, but you know, the drugs that I'm on seem to control that really well. And generally, I'm starting to accept the fact that this is what I am. This is what I have. I believe the only way I'm ever going to beat this is by changing the environment inside of me that my cancer has grown into. I believe that cancer thrives on anxiety. I believe it thrives on poor management of the body, the way we eat, the way we think. All of those things go into feeding cancerous cells. We all have them. They all lie dormant in us until a certain time. Something sparks them off. Perhaps it might be years and years of anxiety, years of grieving over something, or holding back, getting stuck in emotions, those kind of things. And I feel I'm free of all that. I really do. I feel I'm like I've been let loose, and that nothing else can bother me really, apart from what I've got now. Nothing can be worse. So I accept that, and in the hope that one day I find myself cancer free. the odds are stacked heavily against me. But there are odds. You know, if there's a one in a million, it's 1 in a million. And I know that there are men that are walking around in this world that are beating prostate stage 4 cancer completely. Not just delayed it, but completely beat it. I lost a social media friend just last week, who survived 10 years. A guy that I've never met, but had the graciousness to read my story on Facebook and give me a call, and to basically put me at ease and say, you've got more years in front of you, Woody, than you can imagine. And he fought bravely for 10 years, carried on doing his life as it was. Unfortunately, it finally took him at the weekend, last weekend. I don't accept it that it's going to take me. I accept that I need to be here. I've got 2 young daughters. I need to see them grow. And that's my purpose, in this belief that I'm going to be around when they need me. And that's a fantastic feeling to have. So I'm going to continue the walk. I'm going to walk another few kilometres. I'm getting a bit wet now because it's raining a bit heavier. And I'm going to try and raise my fitness levels up so that I can do this walk on June the 3rd. And I will actually put a link on here if anyone wants to sponsor me a few quid. You know, 18 miles with a guy who's got tumours in him, in his back, struggles walking for long periods. I did it last year. I'm going to, even though that was in a different environment, I'm at least going to make the effort to do it this year. They try and spread this message about my cancer, and that if people have knowledge of it and understand about the symptoms involved in this particular type of cancer. In fact, I'm going to go through it now. If anyone wants to share this with anyone, share it on Facebook or something, then please do, because the symptoms are pretty obvious. If you're struggling at some point in life, when you're going for a wee, the flow is changing, it's taking longer, that's one sign. I had that. If you're getting back pain that suddenly appears and starts to get worse and worse, almost like a sciatic pain, I had that. Getting up in the night to go to the toilet more frequently than usual, that's another sign. 3 big symptoms. If you know anyone that is having that, or tell them that the first thing they got to do is get a PSA test, because that can identify the start of prostate cancer before it gets to stage 4. Because I believe it can be stopped really early if we have that knowledge and understanding, and that's my job now, is to pass that on to as many people as possible. So I'm going to go now. I'm getting wet, and whatever you're doing, have a fantastic weekend. Try and keep yourself positive. Okay, until the next video, I'll see you again. Bye.